นี้ติดตามอัปเดตข้อมูลข่าวสารภาคภาษาอังกฤษจาก NBT World BRIEF ครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World BRIEF right here on NBT and also NBT World. You're with me, Sandra Han Utsaha. In our first story, Foreign Minister Sihasak Phuangketkaew has departed for Kuala Lumpur of Malaysia to prepare for the 47th ASEAN Ministerial Summit, which precedes the ASEAN Leaders Meeting from October 26th to 28th. Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul will attend the summit following an official visit to Malaysia tomorrow. The minister held preparatory discussions with key officials including Permanent Secretary Ekthiri Bintaruchi, ASEAN Affairs Director General Phonpong Wangpan, and Ambassador to Malaysia Lada Phumat. The meetings focused on finalizing agendas for both ASEAN leadership sessions and bilateral engagements with dialogue partners. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also organizing an important four-party meeting on October 25th involving Thailand, Cambodia, the United States, and Malaysia. The objective is to finalize a Thai-Cambodian peace cooperation agreement comprising four key points. These are the withdrawal of heavy weaponry, demining operations, the suppression of scammer networks, and coordinated border management. These initiatives stem from prior agreements reached between Thailand and Cambodia through the Joint Border Commission and General Border Committee, both endorsing the cooperation framework proposed by Thailand. Kantat Pongpaiboon Wade, known as Kan Jom Palang, and Kanchana Sathawon, chairperson of the Kan Jom Palang Choi Su Foundation, held a press conference to address concerns about the foundation's operations and financial transparency. Kan explained that the foundation was established with 500,000 baht in initial capital from friends' contributions. Total donations have reached over 207 million baht, with 117 million baht spent and around 90 million baht remaining. After factoring in pending obligations, the foundation is expected to have a deficit of about 4 to 5 million baht. Regarding the foundation's regulation listing the Thammanat Phrompao Foundation as the recipient of its assets upon dissolution, Kan said it was included only to meet administrative requirements for the foundation's quick registration. He emphasized that no transfer of funds has occurred. Kan denied any cash withdrawals and challenged critics to provide proof, while adding that he did not serve as the foundation's president or committee member to ensure transparency, but is willing to take either position if requested by the public. At Government House, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Captain Thammanat Phrompao, reaffirmed that he had no connection to the finances of the Kan Jom Palang Choi Su Foundation. He said the foundation's clause involving the transfer of assets has already been amended. Captain Thammanat added that in the event his own foundation is dissolved, its remaining assets would be granted to Wat That Thong. He stressed that the issue was entirely Kan's responsibility and not related to politics. Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul met with the Election Commission of Thailand to discuss plans for organizing a national referendum alongside the upcoming general election.
The Premier emphasized the importance of proceeding with the referendum on cancelling the 2000 and 2001 Memoranda of Understanding, stating that the initiative had already been outlined in the government's policy statement. The meeting also focused on logistics, procedures, and the framework for conducting the referendum in conjunction with the election. Election Commission Chairman Ittipon Bunnprakhong said the talks also covered preliminary preparations, including processes, budgeting, and scheduling without finalizing details. He explained that voters could be required to use up to 4 ballot papers 2 for members of parliament and 2 for the referendum. The upcoming referendum will be the first to allow overseas participation under the new referendum law. The estimated cost of holding both votes concurrently is 9 billion baht compared to over 10 billion baht if held separately. Prime Minister Anutin reaffirmed the government's commitment to moving forward with the MOU referendum swiftly, as Parliament is scheduled to dissolve by the end of January next year.
In other news, Deputy Minister of Transport Malika Thirapanwanit has directed the Department of Land Transport to accelerate the development of the digital taxi meter system to enhance fare accuracy and reduce taxi refusals. The new system will calculate fares based on both distance and time in real time and will allow additional surcharges during rush hours or nighttime. Malika emphasized that the system aims to modernize taxi services, ensure fairness for passengers and drivers, and attract more taxis back into operation by improving driver income. Department of Land Transport Director General Sorapong Paithunpong explained that the digital taxi meter will replace traditional meters that have been used for over 2 decades. The old meters could not adjust fares according to real-time conditions, such as traffic congestion or late-night operations. The new system will use GPS technology to precisely measure both distance and travel time. While fare rates will remain unchanged, a new surcharge system for peak hours is under review, with conclusions expected by December. Currently, the number of taxis in service has dropped from more than 110,000 before the COVID-19 pandemic to around 65,000. Officials attribute the decline to higher living costs and increased availability of public transportation options, which have reduced driver income and discouraged taxi operations. And analysts project that gold prices could rise further in the short term, potentially testing $4,435 per ounce, or around 78,000 baht per baht of gold. Despite the rally, they reject the notion of a gold market bubble. Pawan Nawawatanasap, CEO of YLG Bullion International, said the current resistance for gold stands near this level. If it breaks through, prices could extend to $4,900 per ounce. A pullback, she added, would be viewed as a short-term consolidation, an ideal opportunity for investors to gradually accumulate gold. She attributed the recent surge to multiple factors, including expected U.S. Federal Reserve rate cuts, political uncertainty in the United States, and ongoing global economic pressures. Central banks worldwide continue increasing gold reserves, with an estimated 800 tons expected to be purchased this year. In Thai baht terms, gold prices have risen by 64% since January. Despite the strong momentum, no signs of a bubble have emerged as uncertainty continues to make gold a safe haven asset. Piranat Yunyong Pisit, head of global investing at Buoluang Securities, said the U.S. stock market has risen for 6 consecutive months, but may face a correction in the fourth quarter due to domestic risks such as a possible government shutdown, escalating trade tensions with China, and rising unemployment. He added that the technology and AI sectors show no signs of a bubble, while China's stock market remains sluggish under ongoing economic strain. Investors are advised to focus on companies backed by the Chinese government, as new economic policies are expected to be announced following the upcoming Communist Party meeting. And that wraps up our evening edition of NBT World Brief. Do stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, I'm Sandra Han Utsaha. สวัสดีค่ะ